Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Skynet Gaming, and welcome to the second installment in the 3 class coverage series. I decided to stick with the magical theme, so in this video I will show you my top 7 mods to use in any mage playthrough. Whether you use spells as your main weapon, or just a few spells to back up your sword, at least 2 of these mods will suit your load order, and these mods are in no specific order. But before we move on, I just wanted to say thank you so much for the support I got on the last video. I expected personally maybe 300, 200 views, but instead I got 3,000 views in just about 5 days, which absolutely blows my mind away. I don't know how to say thank you to you guys, so I'll just say it in the simplest way possible. Thank you. Alright, I wasted your time enough. Let's get to number 1, Deadly Spell Impacts. This is one of the smaller mods on the list, but nevertheless an important one. If you shoot a shock spell at any surface, whether it being snow, rock, or grass, the spell impact effects and textures will be the same. This mod aims to change that. Now the game takes into account which spell you use and which surface you fired at, and these factors will determine the effects of the impact. For example, if you fire a lightning bolt at a wall, the wall will have a blast impact effect since the lightning bolt hit the wall at high speeds. Wow, that is a mouthful. Jeez. Surprised I did it right away. The second mod on the list is called Mage Backpack. This is probably the only backpack mod that is specifically geared towards magic users. This mod adds a very unique craftable backpack into the game, which the players can craft after finding the recipe and defeating an ancient monster from who you can gather a magical powder needed to craft the backpack. To find the recipe, you need to gain access to the Archmage's quarters, and you can do that pretty early in the College of Winterhold questline, around the 4th or 3rd quest. Look around the quarters and you should find a note telling you exactly where to go, but I will leave that discovery for you. There is also another mod which lets you change the texture of the backpack to furthermore suit your character. If you want to check that out, then the link is in the description below. Coming in at number 3 is Rustic Clothing, a mod that changes all clothes in Skyrim, but we will be focusing on the changes it brings to the robes. This mod doesn't give the robes new textures, but rather makes the existing textures higher quality. I chose this mod for the robes because it sticks the most to the vanilla theme, but yet makes the robes look extremely high quality. If you are an armor user, then this mod will suit you just right. Number 4, the Battle Mage Armor. This mod is pretty self-explanatory. It adds a Battle Mage armor into the game. You craft it like any other armor set at the forge, except this one comes pre-enchanted. It also has a few add-ons you can craft to make the armor look even more unique, such as the Battle Mage Staffs or the custom Battle Mage Belt. Number 5. In the vanilla game, the alteration tree has a lot of potential, but the lack of interesting spells makes this school of magic obsolete. That is, no longer. The Glamoral Magic of Time and Space mod adds 2 new dungeons, 20 new unique spells to the alteration tree, a new player home, and 1 unique staff. You can find most of the new content in Labyrinthian, but without spoiling too much, here are some spells that this mod has to offer, and I will leave the dungeons for you to discover. Freeze time. Freeze time on cast, cast again to unfreeze. Daze. Distort the space around the target, unbalancing him and dealing 5 points of damage for 15 seconds. Constrict. Concentrate to pull an object or a person to you from a distance. Basically, telekinesis on steroids. Number 6 is also a spell pack. This one is called Apocalypse, Magic of Skyrim. This mod adds an astonishing 155 new spells to the game, spread throughout the 5 schools of magic. That's 31 spells per school. That is a really big amount, guys. I would need to create a separate video to cover all of the spells, so instead here is 1 spell from each school. Starting with Destruction, we have Ride the Lightning. Throw yourself at the target for 575 shock damage to health and magicka. You collect a static charge as you travel, dealing up to 5 times the damage based on the distance you traveled. Restoration, Infinite Light. Stream of healing energy that diffracts between targets, healing 355 points per second. Alteration, Tharn's Prison. Materializes a cage to trap a humanoid target in for 30 seconds. Illusion, Evil Twin. While concentrating, manifest illusions of nearby enemies to attack them. Illusions take extra damage from attacks. Conjuration. Conjure Dremora Champion. Summons a Dremora Champion for 60 seconds. Before I reveal the last mod on the list, here are some honorable mentions. Quick Light, an infinite summonable light that can take the form of a lantern, a mage light, or no effect. Spells emit light. I don't think I need to explain this one, but I will anyway. Allows your spells to emit light at either standard brightness, dim, or super bright. And Wizard Hats. Adds a traditional wizard hat into the game that all witches and wizards of Skyrim wear. Makes the college feel even more magical. And finally, the last mod on this list, and probably the biggest one as well. Number 7, Immersive College of Winterhold. This mod adds a lot. I won't be able to cover everything in the video, so I'll just give you a preview. To begin with, this mod makes the college feel more like a college by adding so many needed elements. Now the college has an alchemy professor who sells potions, and it also adds 2 massive lustratoriums. If you didn't know, that's basically greenhouses. There you can find all kinds of assorted herbs. The dormitories also undertook a drastic change. Now each room has a door for privacy, and the rooms have been custom fitted to the personality of the occupants. The Arcanium also changed quite a bit. Now, the corner where you enter the library was changed from a mundane regular corner with a few bookshelves into a cartographer's wonderland by adding a massive Skyrim map where you can plan out your next adventure. And there is also now a second floor where you will regularly find professors teaching and mentoring their students. But the Archmage quarters definitely undertook the biggest change of all the areas. Now it more resembles Dumbledore's office from Harry Potter, with a massive desk in the middle and a small Harry Potter Easter egg which is pretty easy to spot. These quarters are actually worth living in now, with multiple mannequins to display your armors you have acquired, and an upgradable alchemy and enchanting table, which encourages exploration by making you find the upgrades, and also a personal vault where you can display all your rare artifacts you have acquired over the travels, and also a getaway lodge on top of a peak, but I will leave you to find how to get there. On top of all of that, this mod gives the NPCs an immersive schedule. From 8 AM to 12 PM, everybody meets in the Elemental Hall and practices their schools of magic. Then they all head up to the second floor of the hall and dine. Following that, the students make their way to the Arcanium where they will continue their studies for the rest of the day. It's not really a complicated schedule, but it's a better one than the vanilla has to offer. And this wraps up the video. Oh wait, I almost forgot. After you become the Archmage, make sure to visit the Middens. There is a quest reach you can pick up which explains the reason behind the Great Collapse. I won't say anything else as I would spoil the quest if I did. With that said, if you enjoyed this video, then click the like button. If you want to see more, then subscribe and comment on what type of video I should do next. Before you leave, if you're an aspiring streamer and want to make your streams look appealing and professional, then click the link in the description below. I show you how to make your streams look extremely professional and appealing to the audience. If you want to hang out with me more, then you should watch my Subnautica live streams. Anyway, have a great day or night, and as always, I'll see you next video.